Good day, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Tom's Tips on Tuesdays at 10 in 10. Today, we have Iron Man. No, we have Dr. Tom Hirsch. The topic today is all about maintaining safety, especially given the fact that there's so much inconsistency in the guidance we're giving. So Dr. Hirsch is going to cover how to continue to stay focused on maintaining safety. Good morning, Dr. Hirsch. How are you? What is that?
Rolando, that's my bell saying good morning to you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tom's Tips on Tuesday at 10. This is Iron Man coming through to you. And you know what? There has just been so much confusion out there about what's happening with this COVID. Is it airborne? Is it contact? Is it airborne? Initially, we came out and thought this whole thing was airborne. So we did everything that we could do to protect ourselves, to reduce the airborne aerosol in our practices and in our office. And then it came out a week or two ago. No, it's contact and it's not airborne anymore. And then as of yesterday, we've gone the full circle, 360 degrees, and now it is airborne once again. So the purpose of this whole thing is to tell everybody and to encourage everybody to be safe. So that being said, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. Oh, yeah, we're going to get rid of this.
Thank God. You go.
You know what? I can breathe again. And I really feel bad for all of us out there that are practicing dentistry because it's hot, it's uncomfortable, we fog up, but still, we have to do everything that we can possibly do to maintain our safety. And what I found is since there really haven't been any reported COVID cases in dentistry that I'm aware of anyway, we tend to get a little lax. Yeah, me too. We're all lax in this thing. We all fall guilty to the same thing. But we can't afford to do this. If there's going to be a resurgence of COVID coming up, we can't afford to be lax. So what I want to talk about today and what I want to show you today is just some of the things that we can do. And it may be a repeat of things that I've said before, but I feel it's so important that we really talk about this. So the first thing that I want to say is let's go ahead and maintain our protocol. As I said last time or a few times ago, the HVE is going to be paramount in utilizing this. But we utilize the Isolite because we want to reduce the airborne aerosol particles and the droplets that are out there. So how do we do this? With the Isolite, we put the Isolite inside the mouth, and we do it that way. For those of you that have the i3 system, you may not be aware of this, but at the bottom of the i3 system right here, there's another little knob that you can unscrew and take that off, and you can actually plug in a second HVE into the bottom of that. So that stays in there. And then right on the front side right here, there's a little knob that you can turn. And if you look at this, you can see right here, this is blue on both sides. So the blue indicates where the vacuum is flowing from. So down here at the bottom, when the knob is turned to the bottom, right like that, we get vacuum flowing out of both sides. If we turn the knob to this direction, we get back to this direction over here, we get vacuum coming out of the tube on the right. And if we turn the knob to the top, we get vacuum coming out of the tube on the left. So you can utilize this so that you can have your second HVE and or a third HVE. So that's tip number one for those that have the i3. You actually have a built-in second HVE ready to go, so you don't have to do anything else. Tip number one. Okay. Tip number two, I've been asked, and I've also found in my practice that when I have two HVEs going at the same time, one for the Isolite and one for the high-speed evacuator, and even one for the saliva ejector, what we will sometimes do, we'll sometimes have 3 units going all at the same time, that the vacuum is reduced in all 3 units. And that's a true statement. The vacuum is reduced in all 3 units. So second tip of the day, have your dealer install a separate evacuation canister strictly for the Isolite or strictly for your nitrous, whatever that happens to be. So instead of 1 vacuum canister, have 2, have 3. Each one is dedicated, and it will connect up to your main vacuum system. That way, you won't have a reduction in the vacuum power from each specific unit. You'll continue to get the max out that you can. That's tip number 2. One of the things that I did is we did a little video shoot because I wanted to just prove to myself how well Isolite was doing or how well it wasn't doing, and what it was like when we had airborne aerosol. So it's about a minute video that I'm going to have Rolando roll for us in just a second that will show all these things. So Ro, you're getting that all queued up. So
there you go.
I stuck my brother in the chair. My brother's my industrial designer. He's done all the design work on the Isolite, the i3 system. He's done a fabulous job. So Ro, why don't you go ahead and roll this first video for me?
Okay.
It's 4 videos just going simultaneously. So here we are drilling, and you can see drilling that the airborne aerosol comes out of the mouth. Now that's a lot of aerosol from the handpiece, but it's also mixed with droplets of saliva coming out of the mouth too. Now we went ahead and we, at the same video you just rolled?
Yep. Here's the next one. There you go. Sorry.
Okay. So now we went ahead and we put a high-speed evacuator, and you can see, remember I said last time, get that high-speed evacuator as close as you can, but you can still see as I move the handpiece around, a little bit comes out of the mouth. A lot better than it was before, but still a little bit's coming out of the mouth. Now let's go in and let's put an Isolite in the mouth. Roll that video with just the Isolite alone. And with the Isolite alone, it does a really good job, but there's still some stuff coming out. You catch it from this angle. I don't know if you can see it, but a little bit will come out. We probably got about a 90% reduction of aerosol right there. And if you put in the Isolite and the HVE, I'd say we virtually have 95, 96, 97, 98%. It's not 100% by any means, but it sure is a whole lot better than not having anything at all, or just a high-speed evacuator, or stripping the Isolite. So the third point is we can use these systems together, the Isolite along with an HVE, along with a saliva ejector, have everything going on in the mouth at the same time. And the last thing I want to say is don't become lax in your protocol. We're all guilty of it. We sit back, we get comfortable with what we're doing, and we think it's good enough. We don't know if it's good enough until the proverbial stuff hits the fan. You know, when that stuff hits the fan, we know it wasn't good enough, and now we wish we would have done what we said we should have done. So that's just the last tip of the day. Be cautious, be safe.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. I love the fact there isn't a silver bullet. It's multiple systems, and even the fact that you put your HVE and a saliva ejector, and maybe adding another pump on there. What a great idea! So
yeah, the vacuum
that is
canister,
awesome.
I think out of the whole thing, second vacuum canister to really get an increased vacuum right there. Utilize the Isolite with HVE with saliva ejector. You got 4 hands in the mouth.
There you go.
This now becomes 6-handed dentistry. Your 2 hands, your assistant's 2 hands, and the Isolite. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tom Hirsch. I appreciate that. Hey, if you like the content of this video, as you have, please let us know. Please share it. If you have questions for us, or if you have questions for Dr. Tom Hirsch, please send. And remember, on Tuesdays at 10, we'll take the time, make sure we share the experiences and what Dr. Tom had. Thank you, sir.
Rolando, what are we going to do on poll day, on voting day, when it's on a Tuesday? I just thought about that.
We'll still do it. It'll be awesome. So
okay, we'll still do it. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great and safe day.
Be good.
Take care.